So how can a brand, when they're working with an agency, how can they get the most out of that agency and like, I guess, nurture that relationship to make it the best possible for both parties?
It's a really important topic, and I think it's something that we're starting to put more and more into our new business decks. Actually, is this is what we're going to do for you in terms of work, but to make this work the best possible way, this is what we need back from you and like what you can expect from us. And ultimately, like, we go above and beyond for our clients, but there does have to be sort of like a mutual respect there, that if you've got 20 billable hours on a service, yes, fine, we can maybe push it a little bit, and like, we'll go up to like 25, but asking for like double your amount of time, and not, appreciating the agency and kind of understanding that's what you're doing, it's going to cause frustration from both sides. But I think the main thing is clear communication. It's really difficult for us, and we are very transparent with our clients. Like, if they're not giving us enough assets for organic social, we're like, okay, we haven't got enough assets from you, can we shoot some assets? Can we do this? Like, we'll always come with a solution to a problem, but there needs to be like willing from both sides, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think whenever something is so creative as well, we need to be given the best opportunity to do the best possible work. I think just working with us and being really clear in terms of communication, and also like willingness to be agile and to adapt. For example, Instagram's coming out with this massive feed update, which is slowly rolling out across accounts for our clients. That means that we have to really shift our attention onto different content formats, predominantly video. And I know that everyone's been saying for like the past 5 years, oh, it's video first, but it actually genuinely is video first, and it's not necessarily this like high quality polished video. It's context driven, narrative driven video that can sometimes be UGC led. What we're kind of having to say to clients at the minute is that we may want to slightly reduce the amount of posts that we're doing, but pump more of that energy into creating content that's really going to deliver reach and engagement on the platforms. And I think the best clients are the clients that trust us. And I would say, like, we've got a really nice bunch of clients. Like, they are really good. But you need to trust your agency. Like, if you're not trusting your agency, then why have you got an agency? And yeah, I think just like clear communication. We invest quite a lot and are willing to invest quite a lot in our client relationships. And I think it's really important that, clients feel like they can call you up at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night if an emergency's kicked off and get your advice on something. And equally, like, if we need to do the same, very rarely are we doing calls at 7 o'clock at night, but if it needs to happen, it needs to happen. And I think sometimes when crises happen, social is such a vocal place where everyone has a voice, which is an amazing thing, but it does sometimes mean that, particularly if you're a household name, that you're going to be up for criticism no matter what you do. And it's kind of our job to have our eyes and ears on the ground 24/7. So I think it's just willingness to be proactive, work with us, clear communication, and like a mutual respect, if that makes sense, on like the amount of work that's going into things. Like I said, we've got a really good bunch of clients, but things do happen. I appreciate that clients can be busy on their sides as well, but little things like if we're sending over bits of work and we're giving like 2 weeks of notice on like when something has to go live and be signed off, we're getting feedback the day before it needs to go live. It makes it really difficult for us to be able to do our job properly. And the thing is, it happens, and we'll like raise it vocally. I'd say like 99% of the time, people are like, yeah, get it, fine, we'll suss it. But just working together, isn't it? It's not just there's an agency, I'm going to pile a whole load of work on them and they're just going to do it. Like,
we're not there just here to like tick a box, is what I say. We're here more than just a service provider. It's deeper than that sort of thing.
And we always say to clients, like, and this is such a waffly, fluffy marketing phrase, but we genuinely say to people, we want to be an external extension of your internal team, and that's whenever like the best work will happen. So yeah, and I think our relationships have shifted quite a lot, because when we started the business, we were working with a lot of founders, and like, I know from working with myself, like, founders are such passionate, busy people that it can be difficult sometimes to get like answers out of them, versus working with a really well established business that has a marketing team. It's a very different relationship, and we really try from our side to say, like, okay, with the people that we're dealing with on a daily basis, like, what struggles are they going through, what could we give them to make their lives easier and stuff like that. So just, I think it is just communication and making sure that it works, and understanding, letting us know what you need from us in order to be able to do your job as a client internally for just your own progression and what you need to do, and equally letting us kind of do our thing, and be willing to communicate on it.